Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hi, we're doing red velvet thumbprint cookies. These come from the Betty Crocker Christmas cookie magazine that I found at the grocery store. So in a large bowl, you're going to place 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of butter softened, and softened just means you let it come to room temperature. And then beat this with an electric mixer or by hand until it's light and fluffy. Now you need to add a teaspoon of vanilla, 3 tablespoons of unsweetened baking cocoa, and 4 teaspoons of red food color. Now I didn't have enough of the liquid red food color. I only had a little tiny bit. So what I've done here is I've added some paste food coloring just to give it a little bit more of the red food color. But as it turns out, that was a little bit of a mistake because you need the liquid from the red food color, from the liquid food color. You need that liquid in the recipe, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. So blend that all together. You get a really nice, rich, dark red color. I added a little bit of salt, 1/4 teaspoon, and then you're going to blend in 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, a little at a time, until you get a very stiff dough. Now what happens is you may have to add in the rest of the flour towards the end by hand if it gets too thick. Now once all the flour is in, it was immediately obvious to me that this was really dry, very crumbly, and I don't think it was the texture that it was supposed to be. And when I tried to bring it together with my hands, I realized that it was very dry and it was going to be really hard to get it to form into a workable dough. And that's when I realized that it was the fact that I had added paste instead of liquid food color. And as soon as I added the equivalent of water to the dough that I was lacking by using the paste, it came together quite nicely. So if you use 4 teaspoons of red food color right off the bat, the liquid kind, you should be just fine. Then you're going to take the dough, form it into 1-inch balls, put it on a cookie sheet that's been covered in parchment paper or with a silicone mat, and then simply just press down with your thumb in the center to make a little indentation. Don't go all the way through the cookie though, just about halfway through. And then bake them at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes until set. As soon as they come out of the oven, you're going to take something like the end of a wooden spoon and you're just going to push down in the little circles that you made just to make them a little bit deeper while the cookies are still hot. Then once you redo the little thumbprint holes, you're going to transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely before we're going to fill them. The filling for these is white chocolate, and basically what you're going to do is place 11 ounces, about 2 cups of white chocolate chips in a bowl or measuring cup and microwave them until they are melted. Then place the melted white chocolate into a Ziploc bag or a decorating bag. I placed the Ziploc bag inside a bowl just to give it a little bit more stability when I was filling it up. It makes it a little bit easier. And then take the bag off, seal it up, and cut the corner off with a pair of scissors, and you are ready to fill the cookies. The cookies are really simple and really easy to fill. You just fill up the indentation that you made with your thumb, and you can make a little peak just to make them look a little bit fancier. Then let them cool completely, let the chocolate harden, and they're ready to store. These are very pretty looking. The white and the red is very striking contrast, and they're very nice looking cookies. I found them a little on the dry and a little on the hard side, although they were tasty. I think maybe I may have over manipulated the dough because I had so much trouble getting it to come together. But overall, it was a good cookie. Give them a try.